Current media discussions have formed the basis for the themes presented in this video. Here you can also see graphics created with artificial intelligence techniques. Sharing what we have learned is the driving force of this video. Our greatest hope is that this video finds a meaningful place for you. Also, this is a speculation about the 2026 Chevrolet Onix. General Motors' sustained strategic importance, especially in developing countries like Latin America, is demonstrated by the inclusion of the Chevrolet Onix for the 2026 model year. The Onix, in contrast to other models that are suddenly discontinued or redesigned, is a proven, high-volume seller with a bright future ahead in 2026 that includes major upgrades and maybe an expansion of its lineup in some places. 1. The new Chevrolet Onix, a second-generation regional powerhouse. Debuting in 2019, the Chevrolet Onix is a subcompact car in its current second generation. It is offered as a 5-door hatchback and a 4-door sedan, called Onix Plus in select regions. It is based on GM's platform for developing markets, Global Emerging Markets, GEM. Particularly in Latin America, where the Onix has been among the best-selling, if not the best-selling, car models for multiple years in nations like Argentina and Brazil, Chevrolet has had an incredible success story with the Onix. Its attractiveness originates from its contemporary style, reasonable price, excellent fuel economy, decent technical features, such as Chevrolet's MyLink infotainment system, and a heavy emphasis on safety, with electronic stability control and 6 airbags as standard equipment across all trim levels. The majority of Onix production happens in GM facilities in Brazil, Gravataí and São Caetano do Sul, Argentina, Alvear, China, Dongyu, and, more recently, Uzbekistan, Osaka. Although it did have a short stay in Mexico, South America, and portions of Asia continue to be its primary markets. 2. The revised, modernized, and perhaps expanded 2026 Chevrolet Onix. Instead of getting a whole new generation, the Chevrolet Onix will most likely come back for the 2026 model year with some major upgrades. The fundamental goal of these updates is to keep it ahead of the competition in its important markets. Rumors and Brazilian spy photographs suggest that the Onix and Onix Plus will get a major makeover for the 2026 model year. We may anticipate a more contemporary and aggressive style as a result of this update, with the front fascia showing the most noticeable alterations. Possible changes include a redesigned front grille, modernized headlights with LED daytime running lights, DRL, in L-shaped or slimmer clusters reminiscent of other Chevrolet vehicles around the world, such as the Monza in China, and updated bumper designs. At the back, you can anticipate minor adjustments, most noticeably to the bumper components and tail light design. Inside technology improvements. In order to stay up with competitors, the inside is expected to receive technology improvements. Some possible changes could include an upgraded infotainment system, a bigger screen, such an 8-inch MyLink with wireless connectivity, and, in higher trim levels, the addition of a digital instrument cluster. Because of the growing importance of these features to this demographic of buyers, these upgrades are focused on improving the user experience and connectivity. Engine updates and efficiency. The 1.0L Ecotec engines, which are 3 cylinders and may be either naturally aspirated or turbocharged, will likely stay, but they will likely undergo additional modifications to meet more stringent pollution standards, such Brazil's Procon-Vel 8 rules. Direct injection technology, previously utilized in Onix versions in other regions, like China, could be implemented for the turbocharged variations. Both fuel economy and power output could be marginally enhanced by this. For instance, the 1.0L Turbo Flex engine's power output could go from 116 horsepower to around 121 horsepower. There has been talk of a future mild hybrid version of the Onix that would improve fuel efficiency and cut emissions even further, but a fully hybrid model for 2026 is far from inevitable. A new Onix-based crossover model is one of the more intriguing lineup options for the Latin American market around 2026, particularly. To meet the increasing demand for entry-level utility cars, this would place a new model below the successful Chevrolet Tracker. It has been stated that the technical team at GM Brazil is working on a crossover that might be exported to other regions. It may have a new, more efficient propulsion system, or possibly a mild hybrid arrangement. The commercial prominence of Onix would be further cemented by this growth of the family. An analysis and forecast for the year 2026. Several global emerging countries, especially Latin America, rely on the Chevrolet Onix as a pillar of GM's strategy. Its 2026 debut is confirmed, and a major revamp and possible lineup expansion will only strengthen its position. Dominance in Latin America to persist. In South American nations like Argentina and Brazil, the Onix is anticipated to maintain its position as a best-selling model. To compete with newly redesigned Hyundai HB20s, Volkswagen Polos, and Fiat Argo/Kronos, the anticipated cosmetic and technical upgrades are essential. The Gravity plant, for example, will receive 1.2 billion Brazilian reais from General Motors. These investments are part of a larger plan to modernize production and create new models, such as an updated Onix and a possible new crossover variant for 2026. The dedication of GM to the Onix platform over the long haul is highlighted by this. While the Onix has done well in the marketplace, it has not been without controversy. This was most noticeable in the past when it received low safety ratings from Latin NCAP and when problems arose with engines that had timing belts saturated in oil. As for safety, GM has upgraded several models with new safety measures and is still working to improve its engines. These enhancements will be further expanded upon in the 2026 upgrades, elevating the model's standing as a dependable and high-quality product. Although the Onix platform, GEM, is worldwide, the Onix automobile is mainly aimed at emerging markets, hence there will be no global expansion for base Onix beyond current territories. In 2026, Chevrolet is expected to launch new, bigger models in developed areas such as North America and Western Europe, but there's no word on whether the Onix will be a hatchback or sedan. On the other hand, the new Onix crossover might be able to tap into a wider range of international markets thanks to its Brazilian manufacturing base. In conclusion, the 2026 Chevrolet Onix will be back for another year, but this time it will have a fresh look, better features, maybe new powertrains, and maybe even a different crossover body shape. Its ongoing success is an essential and competitive offering in the subcompact class of its main markets, especially Latin America, is the goal of this thorough upgrade.